Before I explain things in this video on a very deep level, I just want you guys to first and foremost understand that struggle is very, very, very necessary. Without it, nothing good comes. You need a struggle. You need to go through certain things in life that's going to toughen you, that's going to harden you. And can you believe that there are people in this world around the same age as me that say things like, oh, I wish you wouldn't have let life harden you and all this stuff. You used to be so funny, you used to be so this, you used to be so that. But you know what? That's BS. Because these individuals can no longer manipulate you. And they just have to keep that childish image as they continue to get older. You see, they didn't let life harden them at all. But you have to. Doesn't mean you're still not a funny person, guys. I laugh my ass off on a daily basis. There's a time and a place. Just because you let life harden you doesn't mean you still can't laugh. You get around the right people, you're going to laugh your ass off. It's just how it is. But if you don't let life harden you, you're going to grow up to be a full-grown adult and the child of a toddler, which is what happens to these people. And the fact that you're growing as a person, they will use that as a shaming tactic on you to make you believe that being hardened as a person is a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. We are supposed to be hard people. We're not supposed to be soft and brittle. We're not supposed to be toddlers. We're supposed to be hardened people. We're supposed to be. People in the world that was living here even 100 years ago is harder than the majority of people in today's society that live today. And all in all, I think probably the best athletes that live today are probably the most superior, some of the most superior men that have ever faced this planet, that have ever touched foot in this planet, just because of their training, their health, their nutrition, the level people are getting to today. But a lot of people are not. Most people in society that are just kind of living, they're weak as shit. And they want to use shaming tactics on you to try to make you not be a solid human being. They want to keep you like a child. They want to, like, you know what I mean? They don't want you to be intelligent. They don't want you to become hardened as a man or a woman. Become mature. Get things done. Do the things you're supposed to be doing. Contribute to society in a positive way. They don't want you to do these things. And let me get into something else here too. Struggle is very necessary, but if you find yourself struggling for way too damn long, like you wonder why you struggle, maybe you're not struggling enough. Because if you just struggle a tiny little bit here and there, you're going to struggle like that for the rest of your damn life. And obviously there's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be tiny struggles here and there. But if you find yourself, you just can't like kick it into the next gear. You're just always struggling, always struggling. There's obviously things you're not doing. There's obviously levels you refuse to go to when you could. You could make life-altering decisions by doing something very difficult that's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but it's going to skyrocket your life. A lot of people just can't get fit nowadays. It's like they just can't. They can't eat right. They can't exercise right. They can't go through the necessary struggles in the gym to transform their bodies, when that's something that comes very easily to me. And that's going to upset a lot of people, because a lot of people struggle hard with it. To me, piece of cake. Everyday thing. It's like breathing to me. I grew up playing sports. I grew up kind of tough. Rough housing all the time. Playing sports. Wrestling. A lot of things. And being very physically fit today is almost equivalent to breathing. It's just there. It's a natural thing. It's like my brain it's just doing it. I just show up to the gym. I just put in the work. I just do this. I just do that. It's just a part of my life. It's nothing to me. Some people struggle hard with discipline, struggle hard with doing these things. And the reason why you struggle, and you can't understand why, is because you can't beat the battle in your own mind. It's mind over matter. Sometimes it does not matter how you feel. Your mind might tell you, I don't feel like doing this. I know I should, but I don't feel like it. You're not struggling hard enough. That is the problem. A lot of people don't understand how tough it actually is to do certain things. Like just going to the gym, being very, very fit, putting up serious numbers in the gym, it's not easy. It's not the hardest thing I've ever done. I've done a lot harder things. Keeping yourself together in trying times in life is harder than that. There's a lot of things that come with life that involves struggle. You have to let yourself struggle like certain times in life. But if you wonder why you keep struggling, it's probably because you're not struggling hard enough. There's do or die times in life. And you have to do in these moments. You can't let yourself just kind of sit down and take a seat and say, okay, well, I'll try again now. It's not about trying, brothers and sisters. It's about doing. There comes a time where you just have to do what your mind don't even want you to do right now, but you got to do it. No matter how you feel. You can feel like shit and you have to do something. You have to get your own, that's why you have to beat your own mind. You got to beat the battle with your own mind. You have to do this. If you have to make up a scenario in your head where a volcano is going to come and wipe your ass out and your ass is going to be lit on fire and you're going to die, then so be it. Make something up in your head to literally make yourself do something that you know is going to help you and not hurt you. It might be uncomfortable. You might feel pain for a very short amount of time, but it's necessary. Growth is very necessary in life. Very necessary. And if you're unwilling to grow, you're going to suffer a lot here and there and there and here. You're going to ask yourself why you continue to struggle. Why can't things go right? You're not going hard enough. I'm telling you that now. You're not going hard enough. There's a lot of times in life where you're going to feel like things are just not going your way. You have to make things go your way. You have to. No matter how you feel. I've had so uncomfortable times in my life where it's like, I know me. I can't speak for anybody else, but like in my head, I'm just like, I'm so talented. I'm so hardworking. I'm so gifted. Why are things like this right now? And it's just so frustrating. And it's like, I'm doing everything I can, but it's just like nothing's happening right now. Like, what is going on? Like, I literally feel people that are so far ahead in the world and are in certain positions, like, I can do that better than them. Like, what is going on right now? Why me? Why is this happening? But I don't let these things get me down. I say these things, I ask myself these questions, but I'm not giving up. There's nothing in me that's giving up. I'm just like, when is it going to be my turn? When are things going to go my way? This and that and that and this. You have to be ferocious in these trying times. When things are just not going your way at all. You can't just sit back and relax and like slump down and just be like, okay, no. You have to get even more just on edge with yourself. Hype yourself up. Do not take no for an answer. Do everything that is necessary to put yourself in a position where you know it's going to better your life, no matter how you feel. A lot of things in life is uncomfortable. Everything is uncomfortable before you do it. When I was a kid, and somebody I was close to at the time witnessed this, and they still to this day bring it up sometimes as a reminder. But I used to be a kid like playing this video game on a high level, and I couldn't beat this certain part in the game, and I was like, I can never beat this. I just can never do it. I just can't. And I was so frustrated as a kid, but I kept going back to it. I kept going back to it. I kept going back to it. It seemed literally impossible. It seemed literally impossible. That's how hard it was, because I was always good at games. I could always beat things. I could always solve problems. But this was a tough puzzle to beat. And I just couldn't do it. And I just started saying, I was like, I just can't do it. But then I come back to it, and eventually I did it. And I knew how everything else was so possible after that, for any other game I play, for any other thing I've done. There's just certain things you have to get through in life that it might not seem possible. It might seem so difficult. But where there's a will, there's a way. And you can do it. No matter how hard it seems, it's just going to be uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable going back and playing it and playing it and playing it because my temper was getting to me. I used to biff controllers halfway across the room. Because I'm the type of person, I am competitive. When things don't go my way, I don't take that lightly. I get pissed. Because I make things go my way. You have to will things in your way. That's what you have to do. No matter how you feel, no matter what it takes. If that is really in you, and you can speak it out there into existence, that is what is in you. And you will do what you're supposed to do in your life. Guaranteed. That is the elite of the elite mindset. And you really can't beat it. Like, you're willing to die to literally make this or this or this happen. Whatever it is that you're doing. Which is what I'm trying to explain here. So if you find yourself just always struggling year after year after year after year, and it's just like, I've had enough. I'm telling you right now, you're not struggling hard enough. You got to be even tougher on yourself at certain points in life. I'm not saying at every corner of life. I'm not saying all the time. There's a time and a place to be tougher on yourself. There's a time and a place where you don't have to be really tough on yourself at all. You just got to do what is necessary because you're already on top of what you're doing. But there's a time and a place where you got to be super tough on yourself. That's what I did at certain points in my life. I was tough on myself when I couldn't beat that video game as a kid. There were certain points in my life when I was older, when I was trying to make things work, and things like this, where I had to be tough on myself. Very tough. No giving up. That's what being tough on yourself is. It's never giving up. It's never backing down. You're literally on a pursuit to make happen what you want to make happen. And that is what it comes down to. So keep this in mind, guys. If you feel you're the person, you're just always constantly struggling. Constantly just, nothing's going your way. Maybe you're not even being as hard on yourself as you should be. Because it's much deeper and it's much tougher than anybody thinks. If it's in you, you will get the job done. If it's not in you, it's not in you. But just understand, I'm telling you guys a blueprint right now. This is what it comes down to. Because nothing in life is going to be given to you easy. Nothing. If success was easy, everybody would be doing it. There's a lot of uncomfortable things that is involved. It's a lot. And you got to be a tough SOB to will things into your way, because that's usually what you have to do. You have to will things into your way. You're not going away. You're going to be right up all in that ass. You're going to be doing everything you should be doing, plus more. And more and more and more and more and more. You're turning up. You know what you're here for. You know what you're doing. Nothing's going to stop you. And this is something else. Not only is your path going to be hard in life, you might have to deal with haters, hateful people, ignorant people, people that's going to disrespect you. A lot of people's going to leave your life. A lot of people's not going to understand you. It's a wild ride. It is a very wild ride. And almost nobody in the world understands this. Only the people that have done what I'm trying to explain here will ever understand it. Some of you guys will understand this. A lot of people don't. Not to this level anyways. It might make sense when I speak about it. But if you've never been through it, if you've never really done it, you won't fully know what it's like. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of everything, man. It's a lot of work, stress, pressure. You're going to have to battle with yourself. People's going to try to get you sad and depressed and anxiety. And people's going to try to make you just feel like at your worst. People's going to try to put you in that place to make you feel your worst in every way, shape, and form. But you got to be stronger than all these things. Like literally stronger than every little single thing you face. You have to beat the anxiety. You have to beat the depression. You have to beat the haters. You have to beat your own damn purpose in life. You got to beat the obstacles that come that try to make you doubt yourself. You have to beat everything. That's the final boss. You have to beat all those things. And if you can beat all those things, there's a beautiful thing on the other side of all these things that you can beat. And it just so happens to be called success. So if it is in you, it is in you. If it's not, you will continue to struggle. Probably not as much as a lot of people do, but you'll just struggle enough here and there. And in my opinion, the best thing you can do is let yourself be hard on yourself for some years. You'll get through it. You will get through it. If I was anybody else, that's what I would do. You can do what you want to do, but that's what I would do. That's what I have done. If I had to do it all again, I would do it all again. There's still obstacles to this day on my own path. There's certain things you got to do. And it's not going to be comfortable. There's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of things. And definitely nobody's going to hold your hand. You're not going to have your mates with you on your journey. Your mates, they can't keep up with you. There's so many people that was in my life, that was on my journey in the very beginning. You know how fast they fell off? No one's ever lasted with me. No one. Nobody has ever lasted. People can come around now and then and talk a big game and say, we come up with some ideas, this would be smart, do this, this, and this. I'm the only damn one that ever put in any real work. From where I come from, people can say this and they can say that, but when it comes down to it, these clowns don't know what real work is. Anybody can work hard for a year. Anybody can stay motivated for a year and go to the gym and whatever. Can you do things year after 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 year and never give up, never stop? Always try to be the best you can be. Can you do that? That's what it comes down to. And I'm making things sound damn near impossible. So hard. Don't get me wrong. There's good times involved in all these times. There is. Life's just not completely miserable 24/7. But this goes towards like what you do with your life. Everything else is just kind of what it is. You're always going to do some fun things here and there, things like this. But when you actually fulfill your life's purpose, this is the things that it comes down to. It is very difficult. There's a lot of challenges. Things ain't just going to come so easy to everybody. And you're going to have to fight a lot harder than a lot of people. But one day you're going to be a lot more blessed than other people. That's what the fight was for, because the fight is in you. God sees that. He sees the fight in you. He's going to make you fight tooth and nail for what you want. And He wants to give you what you want. But He also wants you to fight for it. And He's going to say at the end of the day, look, I knew you could do this. That's why I put you through this, because I knew you could do it. And now in the position I'm going to place you in and bless you in, I know you're prepared to handle this position. And that's what it comes down to, guys. If you're a person that you don't like the position you're in, that's because you can't handle the position that God really wants to put you in right now. You can't handle it right now. You got to become the person first, which takes a lot of work for him to put you in the position you really want to be in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it comes down to. No word of a lie. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do gotta get on going now. I could say a few more things to add to this video for sure, but we're running low on time. Gas is taking a huge leap once again tonight. Gas is going through the roof again. It's going up where I come from right now, 13 more cents. So I gotta get to the gas station because it's about to close in like the next hour or so. And if I miss that, I'll have to pay an extra 13 cents per liter. So I got to get to that. And I just pray to God that it is not long before gas goes back down to normal. But this Russian-Ukraine stuff that's going on, it's taking a toll on the whole world. I'm starting to think, why does the whole world not just fight Russia at this point and go against Russia? Russia is making the world not only worse for Ukraine, obviously Ukraine the most, by a landslide, but the whole world is being affected right now in a negative way because of what Russia is doing. And that's it. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'll be back tomorrow.